All right, I am here with the one, the only, the Triple C, the king of cringe, the man that has shot to fame this week for firing his coach on a countdown show. Are you that big of a piece of shit? Come on, Henry, the floor is yours. You got to clear the air here.
No, man, you kidding me? Well, you know, why don't we bring Captain Eric? Why don't we bring him in on this?
Well,
man?
I was speaking to Captain Eric a minute ago. I went over. I said, "Dude, you got me, guys. You guys got me good. I really fell for it." He said, "No, that was true." He said that was true. You actually did fire him at the start of camp, and now you've reunited before the big battle. What is going on? Clear the air.
No. Everything's good. I think Eric had Paulo and Patricio Pitbull that were fighting. They're fighting pretty much a week apart.
Yeah.
So they're both with him in Brazil, and they've been with him there. And I just think, for this fight, obviously we know a lot of stuff that Merab's doing. So I just said, hey man, just take the lead and go out there. And Apollo is pretty much a fight away from fighting for the title, possibly after this. And then obviously Patricia's got to defend his title, here in for PFL. So I think our relationship is like you won't find another bond like us. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you guys see on TV or whatever that may be. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like nothing has ever changed between us.
No, and that's very mature. It is.
Somebody like Eric, regardless of any situation, he just wants what's best for me. And same thing for me.
And that's why it kind of shocked me, because I know how close you two are, and I saw that, and I was like, there's no way that's true. There's no way that's real. But
kidding me, dude? But did we get you?
Yeah, you did. You've still got me. I still don't know what's going on. I still don't know if it's bullshit or real. Eric swore blind. I went to the toilet a second ago. He's like, yeah, I'm just here as his brother. I'm not here as a coach. Volkanovski said you're a piece of shit. What are you going to say to Volk? If Volk walks in here now as an old man, right? What do you say? He called you a piece of shit, bro.
I said peace and love. Peace and love, Volkanovski. Humble yourself, Volkanovski. But now, Captain will be in my corner this Saturday. It's an unbreakable bond, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and the reality is we do fight like brothers.
Of course.
Like straight up, but it's never like, oh, I'm not talking to you. Like it's always like we can you know what I mean? Like we can tell each other off. And then like 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, it's like
well,
we're
that's
just
what real friends are about.
And that's what brothers are.
That's when you know you got a real friendship, when you can, because like if you're not that close, you've got to pretend that everything's good all the time. But when you're around training camp, when you're friends with someone, people get on each other's nerves. And sometimes you can say, listen, kiss my ass, go away. I'm done with you for a minute. And then 10 minutes later, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
So you tell Eric to kiss your ass?
He can kiss the left and the right cheek.
Merab Dvalishvili at the weekend. Before we get to that, talk to me about the Aljamain Sterling fight. I know I don't like to bring up defeats and whatnot, but obviously, you came back from retirement, fought for the belt. Incredible fight, but it didn't go your way. When you watch that back, because I know you study tape, what do you think you could have done differently?
There are a lot of things, from cutting the weight a little bit different. I think that would be one. I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah. I made weight easy. I kind of gave the fight on fucking Friday, rather than Saturday. Yeah. So I felt it the next day. I think that was the biggest thing that I take. But other than that, just technical adjustments. I've added new things. So I'm happy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew. Waking up the next day, I'm just like, fuck, dude, I felt it in my shoulders, my legs a little bit. And I was good on weight too. So it was like 9 pounds in about an hour and 15 minutes. Fucking plastic in that hot ass room if you were in Jersey.
I wasn't.
And it was just stupid. So all the time I see people cutting weight like that, I'm just like, dude, you're peaking on the wrong day, man. And I think that's something, because it was 3 years, like I decided to take that decision. But I think that's like the biggest thing that I take from that fight, really the weight cut. And I've gone so much better since that fight. I got Everton Lopez, a 2-time Olympian, amateur boxing world champ. And I brought in Memo Torres, 2012 Olympian, Josh Kramer, All-American. We got Dr. Dan, NWO superstar.
What's NWO mean? National Wrestling Organization?
I think it is.
I don't know. I mean,
he was part of it. The NWO.
I don't do the acronyms.
But we have, we've solidified we did a great camp. This is the best camp ever. I'm super light on weight, and I'm looking forward to Saturday.
All right, if you like to bet on fights and you need help picking winners, then you got to go to premierfightpicks.com, which is owned and operated by Bardia Helmi, who is the top combat sports bettor and analyst with an all-time 70% strike rate, publicly tracked over 5 years. Bardia has been on an absolute roll lately, profiting on the previous 16 out of 19 UFC events, including the last 3 UFC pay-per-views in a row. And with Volkanovski versus Topuria coming up on a stacked card this weekend, and 8 events scheduled throughout the next 2 months, now is the perfect time to sign up. Bardia is offering 1 week, monthly and yearly subscriptions to get you in on the best MMA bets, quick picks and analysis. There is currently a record 10 bets posted for UFC 298, including underdogs and a big play on the highly anticipated main event. In addition, there is already a future bet posted for next weekend's UFC Fight Night, Moreno versus Royval 2. Sign up now to view all of that content and more. Lastly, follow Bardia on Instagram at Premier Fight Picks and Twitter at PFP Handicapping for access to free bets, analysis, and fight breakdowns. So Merab Dvalishvili is on a crazy win streak. He hasn't been particularly active. I think that's one thing that's kind of hurt him. But when you look at him and all your team and you break him down, in terms of a challenge, obviously he's a great wrestler. He's just relentless, though. Do you think that's his biggest attribute? The pace?
Yeah, if he crosses my distance, I'm taking him down. And that's just the way I see it. So he can bring that relentless pace. I got a lot of tools, and I think the biggest thing is my wrestling, too. You know, yeah, I did get taken down by Aljo, but I've learned from that. I know it was all against the cage. It was all off of my shit. But off the open, off the open, he wouldn't touch me. That let him in on my legs. But these are adjustments after being gone for 3 years that you know, you got to respect the game.
Yeah.
And that's my situation. But yeah, I think his greatest attribute is him understanding his threshold. And I think that's the biggest thing for him. He knows how to keep that pace and carry that. It's the same reason why he doesn't knock people out, because he uses that whole energy to just wear on people. But he has to keep it there, because if he goes higher than that, then he could potentially shit the bed.
When you talk about him not knocking people out is something you've done many times. Dominic Cruz, TJ Dillashaw, many others, of course. So when people think
especially
of you...
Dominic Cruz, but go ahead. Did you like that beautiful knee?
It was a good knee. It was a good knee.
Dominic Cruz is a dick, dude.
Cigarettes and alcohol. What do you make of that?
It was that concussion that I gave him.
The words of Henry Cejudo, Dominic, not me, so don't come for me.
Get him, Dominic, get him.
He will.
I know he will.
He's a little shit.
Exactly.
On air, off air.
But it's the same reason why I wanted to fight him that bad, because he had crossed me one time. He does the same shit.
Oh, really?
You'd be having like a natural conversation with him, all of a sudden, he'll fucking throw a wrench in there, like calling you out or doing something. I'm just like, what?
Just out of the blue.
Just out of the blue. It's out of the blue. So, revenge is best served cold, and I'm glad I caught that knee on him.
Would you fight Dominic again?
Of course. Easy fight.
Does that interest you at all?
No. But I would.
Yeah.
Easy money.
I was going to say the reason I was doing an amazing segue when I said knockouts. You're known for knockouts. I think had you approached Aljamain more from a striking standpoint, you might have had more success, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but your wrestling is such high level. I think you thought you'd go out there, you'd out-wrestle him. And I think maybe he surprised you a little bit with his wrestling ability and the ability to stop the takedown. Do you think you expended too much energy there?
I think I expended too much energy on the weight cut the day prior.
Okay.
So it took away everything that you're talking about, kind of took a little bit of that. But, you know, I'm not going to make any excuses. I just know where is it that I got to right that wrong into a right. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So a lot of these fighters are watching that like legit, like be careful. Like be careful, because you could make the weight, but it's not about making the weight. No. It's about feeling good the next day, and that's where I'm kicking myself in the arse.
In the arse.
But it's not
A-R-S-E. I say arse these days because I'm Americanized and I get a lot of shit off English. Obviously, you know, what is it? The Triple C, Olympic gold medals.
Yes.
Champion of 2 weight divisions. You're only here, you know, to be great, to be a champion.
Of course.
Merab's right there. You're right there. When you beat Merab, do you think that gets you a title fight? And who do you think is going to be the champion?
Yeah, it's between one. It's me. Merab's the number one contender. Aljamain's sticking at 145 pounds. I'm the number 2 contender. I think Chito beats O'Malley. I really do. I think Chito just has to bring that grit to him. Just bring that grit, let him strike, take the pain, and you watch him deteriorate within the 4th and 5th round. And I think Chito personally stops him. Kick that fucking leg. Kick that leg. O'Malley's still freaking, nobody's really, I don't understand these people. Why don't they attack that freaking leg? You break that foundation. He's tall. He doesn't have a lot of meat. There's no endurance in there. Push that shit out. And I had even, it's a fun fact that I had even, I had messaged Chito around that time. At that time.
About fighting him?
Where Cruz like, hey man, I just want to let you know, dude, because I don't like this dude. Kick his fucking leg. Kick that, whether it was part of their plan, whatever, but stay on it.
Did he respond?
He did respond.
Thank God he didn't blank you. The disrespect.
He ended up stopping him. They know, man. They may not like me, but they know. They know who the
Who's they? Who don't like you?
Everybody. All them 135 pounders.
Oh, now we're getting to the chip on the shoulder. You got a point to prove. What's the plan this weekend? I mean, how do we beat Merab?
With everything.
What's the prediction?
With skill. I think I stop him.
Yeah?
I really do. I think I either stop him or go in all 3 rounds, and I'm ready. My condition is ready for that high pace. And the cool thing about this whole camp is the wrestling aspect of it. Brought back a lot of the unknowns, because once you start fighting, you kind of let go of that base a little bit. You don't give it attention as much, but this time around, I feel confident.
What are you, 36 now?
37.
37. So is it fair to say, you're near the end of the career, of course.
Yeah.
How much pressure do you feel with this fight? No, let's be honest. 37 at your weight class, right? It's getting up there, right?
Yeah, 2 kids.
2 kids. I mean, you've done it all. But how much pressure do you feel with this fight? Because if it doesn't go your way,
yeah,
what's next?
It's all or nothing. And I'm putting that pressure on myself. I either win it all or I'm done.
So if you lose Saturday night, you're gonna call it a day.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the losing aspect. If I don't get my world title, I am done.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with Merab. I'm here to chase gold, and that's the way I've always been. I was even contemplating after I lost to Aljamain in a split decision. I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like there's a beauty of leaving on top. There's a beauty of all that. And if I can't have that, then give it to somebody else.
Where does that come from? Because I really respect that. Because a lot of people, they're happy to come and fight and get the spotlight and get a paycheck and all the rest of it. But yet, whilst all that is great, you just want to be the best.
Yeah, I'm just ferocious, man. I don't like second place. I'm just an ultimate competitor. I think since I've been a kid, I've always been like that. I've always been a sore loser. I've always hated losing, loved winning. Enjoyed the process, hated the process as well. The crowd doesn't matter to me. The fans really, my whole thing is just winning. Like, that's it. That's what I tell Daniel all the time. Like, I'm a better competitor than I'm a fighter. I just love to win. It has nothing to do with the sport. It has to do with just winning.
Yeah. Saturday night, Anaheim, going to be a lot of Mexicans in the building.
Which they may be throwing fucking tomatoes at me, buddy.
Why? Why would you throw tomatoes at you?
Going against Brandon and all that whole night. They're still they're still butthurt. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those dudes don't even speak Spanish, and they say they're Mexicans.
Bastards! How dare fake Mexicans? Our cameramans. Are you a fake Mexican, Brandon?
No, I'm as real as they get.
As real as they get, just like the UFC. Henry, you're the man. Good luck, buddy. All the best.